Hi everyone and welcome, my name is Dora and this is my 5th update to my plan to pan of 2025. So at the end of last year in my intro I showed you 25 items that I would like to finish this year, and at my previous update I was down to 16 items, and in today's update I do have some more empties for you. Very excited about that. Let's just get straight into it. I'm going to kick off with primers. I initially had 4 face primers in here, and at my last update I was down to 2, and today I'm down to just 1 primer. I'm going to kick off not with the empty but with the sole remaining one, and that is the Bare Minerals Prime Time Original Foundation Primer here. This primer now weighs exactly 32 grams and it was 36 grams exactly in the intro, so I've got a total difference of 4 grams on here, and that's exactly 2 grams 2.0 since my previous update. So just half of the amount of usage overall have come in between updates, and that's because I wasn't really focusing on this one. I was focusing on the other 3 primers beforehand. I think I can have it done for the end of the year. Yeah, wearing it today, I really quite enjoy it. And here's my first empty of this update. This is the Revolution Pro Radiant Peach Primer. It's all done now. This was tinted, and most of the time, especially during the summer, I wore this on its own and then just a little bit of concealer on top where I needed it. This empty product now weighs in at 7.8 grams, and this was 26.4 grams in the intro, which means I've used up 18.6 grams overall, and that's 9.5 grams since my previous update. Again, about half of the amount of usage have come in between updates. And yeah, I was sort of like holding back on this one a little bit as well because I knew it worked better during the warmer months. And yeah, I was working on the other 2 primers before. Next, foundation. I'm down to just 1. I had 2 in the intro, but I'm showing you 2 products. Yeah, okay. So basically, I have now got an empty here. It doesn't count as an empty yet. And this is the Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation SPF 15 in deep beige. Too deep for me. It looks like there's still product there, but I can't pop this out anymore. So I have concocted this into this Note Detox and Protect foundation here that I got from Ruth, who's linked down below. There are 3 foundations in this bottle here. So the original, the Note, then the Arbonne, and then a very, very light, too light for me, Primark foundation as well. I concocted the Arbonne in 2 stages, and I said that whatever weight I was taking out of here, that's the goal amount I need to use up from the Note. Rather than trying to finish up the whole thing, I would allow myself to only use up the exact weight of what's in here. I've gone a little bit more than that. My initial goal on this Note foundation with the Arbonne in there was to reach 71.9 grams. And after concocting it, it weighed 79.2 grams. So I needed to use about 7-ish grams. And when I weighed this, because I thought, oh, maybe I'm close, I was actually at 71.0 grams. So I used up almost 1 gram, 0.9 more than I needed to. And then I decided to put the rest of the Arbonne foundation in here and concoct the next portion. So this new mix, at the time of frankening for the second time, weighed 77.6 grams. And my new goal is to be down to 75.1. So I put exactly 2.5 grams, which is how much was left in here, into here. Yeah. I've already started using this. I'm also wearing this today, and I am today at 76.5, so I'm just 1.4 grams away from hitting my goal. I know it's lots of numbers there, very complicated. I'm sure I can get it done for the end of the year. I might just keep going until the end of the year anyway. I might add more lighter foundation from the Primark one in here. I promise that was the most complicated product. Okay, let's move on. Next, I've got my concealer here. This is by XX Revolution, the only concealer I've put in here. I was really hopeful at the beginning of the year that I could have it done by the end of the summer, maybe. No, this is not happening so far. I am now at 40 grams exactly with this product. In the intro, I was at 46.5, so I've used up 6.5 since the intro and 1.6 grams since my previous update. No idea how much longer I've got to go because, you know, obviously I'd already used this before I put it into this project. I don't know how much an empty XX Revolution concealer weighs. I've got another one in a different shade. You know, then I'll know once this is empty what to expect for the other one, but I'm not there yet. In terms of blush, I put 2 cream blushes into this project, no powder blushes. I wanted to keep things simple. I had a blush empty 2 updates ago, I think. And I've been working on the remaining cream blush that I've got in here, and this is the Fenty Matchsticks. I have finally got a little bit more weight difference on here, but there's just not much to see. This moves super slowly. There's still product sticking out, as you can see. So this is it all the way rolled down. I will no way be able to finish this by the end of the year. That's okay. I'm already using it every day. I do reapply it because I sometimes find that it just disappears after a few hours. So, you know, what more can I do other than use it every day and reapply? So it's just very slow moving. This item now weighs 43.8 grams. It was 44.2 in the intro. So I've only used 0.4 grams since the intro. But I've also used 0.2 grams since my previous update. So exactly half the amount of usage, again, has come from in between this update and my previous one, just because I've like increased my uses on here and because I've not been splitting my time between this cream blush and the other one that I had in here. I've also got a highlighter or illuminating stick in here by Dr. Hauschka. This expires in September. Maybe I can do it by the end of the month. It's in the color 04. Here's what it looks like all the way rolled down. This was pretty much brand new in the intro. And here it is all the way rolled up. But a huge chunk of this is the plastic base. So if I go down to that, this is really all I have left. So I think I can do it. Maybe for the end of September. Yeah, I'm about halfway through the month at the point of filming. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think it'll be more into October, to be honest. But I do wear this underneath the Fenty because the Fenty is definitely more solid. Yeah, so also wearing this every day. So I do a couple of swipes per cheek. In the mornings, when I just do like a very simple, fast makeup, I also wear this on my lips because it's for lips and cheeks. And I even do that with the matchsticks too, on top of it. This item now weighs 19.8 grams and it was 22.1 in the intro. I've used up a total of 2.3 grams and that's 1.5 since my previous update. So I've really been increasing my usage on here a lot. Here's the progress I've got on the Dr. Hauschka, so quite a bit. And that blue chunk I made at the end of June. So yeah, 2.5 months ago, I think. Let's take a look at the progress, if any, for the Fenty. So here's where I was on the 1st of January. Wow, look at that. That is barely anything. Oh my goodness. This would take like 4 years to finish and then I wouldn't be able to use anything else. I'm kind of looking forward to putting this away for a little bit at the end of the year because of course it's still going to be here. Okay, let's move on and I want to show you another empty. So I finished a face powder. This was the H&M loose setting powder, seamless setting powder even, in light, and it's completely done. I removed the sifter, of course, to be able to access the very last bit of it. And this was really fun, actually. I'm just going to put that back on now so I can recycle it. Although I might hold on to the packaging. It's quite pretty if I need to hold on to loose pigment or face powder or maybe eyeshadows for frankening before I actually press them anywhere. Who knows? Yeah, I'll hold on to this. Okay, this powder now weighs empty 39.1 grams, including the sifter. It was at 43.4 grams in the intro, which means I've used up a total of 4.3 grams. And this product has 6 grams in here, so I already had some use on it, obviously. And I used 1.8 grams since my previous update. This now means that, because it's the second powder that I finished, it now means that I've got no more face powders left in this project. I'm very happy about that, because now I can just use what I want to. Yeah, and shop my stash, so to speak. Now let's talk about eyeshadow sticks. So this is a daily use item for me because I use them instead of an eyelid primer. Is that what they're even called? And here's another empty. So I finished the e.l.f. No But Shadow Stick in Champagne Crystal. It was very close, if I remember correctly, at my last update. There's a tiny little bit still here that you can see, but I can't put this on my lids anymore. So calling it done. Very pleased with that. That's how much I used up in 2.5 months. Now I've only got 2 eyeshadow sticks or crayons left to work on for the end of the year. So this empty product now weighs 12.8 grams and it was 13.5 when I introduced it, which means I've used up a total of 0.7 grams, but that's 0.4 since my previous update. I really honed in on this one and paused on the others until it was done and then got back to the other 2, which I'm going to show you now. So I've got another e.l.f. No But Shadow Stick in here. This one is Perfect Pearl. And here is where I am with this one. I think I can do it. If I were to use this every single day, 3 more months, and I think I could have it done. So here's the progress on this item, and that green chunk was from April. So I didn't have a lot of progress to show you in previous updates. Yeah, I didn't put it in for June. I probably hadn't used it, to be honest, because I was focusing on Champagne Crystal. I'm now at 13.6 grams. So, you know, if they're gonna weigh the same amount when they're done, then I think I've got 0.8 grams left to use, okay? But Perfect Pearl weighed 14.1 grams in the intro, which means I've used up 0.5 grams since then, and that's 0.2 grams since my previous update. Final eyeshadow crayon. This is Nude Sticks Matte Magnetic Matte Eye Color in Terra. I also got this one from Ruth. This weighed 8.7 grams in the intro and I'm now at 6.2 grams. I've used up a total of 1.5 since the intro, 1 gram exactly since my previous update. And again, because it's just Perfect Pearl and this one that I'm splitting my time between. So here's the progress on the Nude Sticks and I'm very happy with that. And that was 2.5 months worth of progress. As for eye pencils, I was down to 2 at my last update and today I'm down to just 1. So let me show you another empty. So this was the Maybelline Color Tattoo Gel Pencil in Soft Bronze. And it's done now. I can't sharpen this anymore. You can see there's like a little hole in there and what's left. It wasn't an awful lot left in terms of my previous update and today, if you look at that there, but yeah, I didn't want to call it an empty because I could still use it for probably another week, 5 days, something like that. In terms of the weight difference, this now weighs 2.3 grams. It was 6.3 in the intro, which means I used up a total of 4 grams exactly, and it was just 0.1 grams less than I had in the previous update, so hardly anything. And now my sole remaining pencil is this one here by P2. It's a black coal, and I think if you look at it, it's quite satisfying to me again as well to see how it's going down. Let me show you the progress. I've got a huge chunk of progress here since my update at the end of June, or at least when I filmed it, yeah, 2.5 months ago. It's very waxy, it moves fast, and because I'm now only using this one, of course, it's going a lot faster. So in terms of the weight difference, I've now got 0.6 grams less than I did at my previous update, and I've used up a total of 1.1 grams since I introed it, and then it weighed 5.0 grams, and today it's 3.9 grams. I've only got lip products left to talk about, and I think there's 4 of them, yeah. I'm wearing 3 of them today. So I'm wearing a combination of the Mina lipstick that I put on as a base first. And then this teeny tiny Revolution crayon here. Look how small it is. I think this is going to be an empty next time. And then I've got the Note Mineral Lip Gloss on top. And my 4th lip product is Huda Beauty, what's it called? This is the Faux Filler Lip Gloss in Sugar Baby. I'm almost done. I've had this standing up so it could settle, and there isn't anything to settle anymore. It's empty. But I can still get enough product out to apply it onto my lips. So I'm going to continue to use it until I'm going to, you know, call it done and not be able to scrape anything out anymore. Not yet though. So I'm super close on these 2 lip products. I'm going to give you updates on these 2 first though. So starting off with the Bullet Lipstick, Mina. I finally got some visual progress on here as well because I'm starting to wear down the imprint here of Mina, of the brand logo. And this is the progress I've made since the intro. This product now weighs 38.9 grams. It was 39.5 in the intro. I've used up 0.4 since my previous update, 0.6 since the intro. I've really increased my usage on here. The Note Mineral Lip Gloss, you can see a lot of windowing on here now. I find it far too pigmented. Too much comes out of it as well. It's not something that I would repurchase. It actually came in an advent calendar. I've got a weight difference on here of 1 gram exactly since my previous update, 2.6 since my intro when it weighed 27 grams exactly, and it now weighs 24.4 grams. I hope I can have it done for the end of the year. I'm just not sure. So let's look at this Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in Chauffeur next. There's a huge visual difference on here, massive. It's an almost daily use item, and here's how much I've used up since the end of June. Loads. And obviously because you're sharpening it, that's kind of nice for the weight. I've used up 1.5 grams since my previous update, 3.2 grams since I introed this product. This was a replacement item for something that had gone bad. And this now weighs 2.6 grams and it weighed 5.8 grams when I introed it. And finally, Huda Beauty, this now weighs 38.3 grams. It weighed 41.2 grams in the intro. I've used up 0.6 grams since my previous update and 2.9 since the intro, and I'm very nearly there. Predictions for my next update. I think I can have my goal weight met on the Note. I hope so. I'm gonna try very hard. This Revolution lip liner is gonna be an empty for sure. I think I can push myself with the Dr. Hauschka as well, and maybe the Bare Minerals primer as well. 4 more empties would be amazing for my next update, and hopefully, yeah, like I said, I can get really close with the other ones. I don't think I'll be done with either the concealer or the Fenty blush stick, but oh well, you know. If I can finish more than 20 products from these 25, I'm going to be really, really happy, and I think that's 80%, yeah. So, yeah. I'm really excited about next year's Plan to Pan. I am looking at my pile of 26 items for 2026. I'm super excited to share that with you. Maybe in November again, I'm not sure yet. I might swap some things out here and there, I don't know yet. But I'm really happy with what I've got as of right now. But of course, I've had this list going since May or June probably, maybe earlier than that. Very excited about that. So yeah, there is mainly makeup in there, but there's also some skincare, a couple of perfumes as well, a little bit of body care, but like I said, mainly makeup. Well, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I really hope you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.